Hey everyone, so I have a bunch of recipes coming up for you guys in the next couple days. I just got my egg cup one up done, so if you egg cup one up done. Interesting. So check that out if you haven't already. I am in the process of doing a recipe video for my pork ribs that are awesome, super easy, that you just throw into the crock pot. So be watching for that. And a little bit of the teaser is this sauce is fantastic. I have used it before. So that's what I'm getting into. I just want to do a little update with you guys. Just so everyone knows and is clear again, because I haven't done an update in a bit. For me, I don't count calories. I don't know why people keep getting the idea that I do. The only reason I mention about how many calories I probably eat is because you guys want to know exactly how much I'm eating. So if I average it, it's probably about 1,200 calories. Why is that? Because my body's going into weight loss. That's just what it needs. I don't plan it that way. I eat what I want. I eat until I'm full. That's generally where my body stops around. If I'm playing a lot of volleyball that day, it might be 1,400. I don't know. That's just what I'm doing at the moment. Could it possibly be a little bit more, a little less some days? Yeah, probably could be. I just don't care. I don't keep track of that. I judge by me as a person. What makes me happy? What are my real goals? Yes, I want to lose weight, but I also want to keep my peace and my joy, and I want to be able to enjoy my food and enjoy what I'm doing. So I'm not just, forcing myself to eat eggs every day so that I lose weight and it doesn't matter. I'm going to push through it. No, if it's too hard, then I'm not doing it. To a degree, obviously, if you want to lose weight, if you want to eat keto, there's certain things you have to follow. But what I'm saying is I give myself variety. If I don't want to eat eggs for breakfast that day, I don't eat eggs. Maybe I'll just do a keto coffee. Sometimes I do a protein shake. Sometimes I just have a handful of nuts. It's different all the time, and I'm just switching it up. And that's how I feel like real life should be. I don't worry about counting carbs so much. I typically know where I'm at now. If you're starting out, yes, you kind of just want to monitor yourself. You want to see where you're at, and you want to work at perfecting those numbers. The thing is, though, guys, I've been doing this for a year. So I generally can guesstimate how much 4 ounces of protein is. I can pretty much guesstimate an ounce of cheese or an ounce of fat. I can look at things and know about how much my body needs or doesn't need. And I also know the difference now between, am I hungry or am I just nervous, emotional eating? If I'm hungry, leftover dinners, whatever sounds good, I will eat it. But if I'm just kind of in the mood, I'm like, no, I only want something sweet or I want something salty, then that's just emotional eating for me. My body's just wanting to eat because it's bored. I maybe feel a little overwhelmed, stressed out, whatever it is. So I know the difference for me now when I don't give into that. I'm like, no, you don't really need that. So I don't eat if I'm not hungry anymore. I just won't do that. And for breakfast, sometimes I have 1 egg, sometimes it's 3. It just depends on my hunger. It depends on the day, when I ate at night, if I worked out the day before, how much I worked out the day before. The thing is, if you're living in so much fear, and just even light fears of well, what if I eat too many carbs? What if I eat too much protein? What if I have too much fat? What if I don't have enough fat? Then you're not living. If you feel right, you kind of know when you're in ketosis and you know when you're not, and you know when you're straying too far, is that, I can have a couple pieces of fruit and I'm 2 strawberries or something. Okay. But if I sit down and I've actually consumed 6 or 10 strawberries, I'm you know what? That's too far. I need to rein this back in, keeping it to a amount. Or if I'm man, I had treats twice today, or I had keto ice cream, a whole jar, that's still not very healthy. So I kind of apply this healthy principle to my life, that what is healthy to me. And you can't measure it to anyone else. I know lots of people tell you that, or I get it all the time, that's not keto, that's not low carb. Well, you know what? The only person you're in a race with is yourself. And you have to go from where you're at. Maybe for you, that's drinking diet soda instead of regular soda. For other persons, it's cutting out that altogether. Maybe it's cutting out artificial sweeteners. Maybe for some people, it's cutting out all fruit together. Some people, it's just switching from bread to potato. I mean, you have to run your own race and don't let anyone tell you otherwise. And just keep working at it. The better you feel, the more you want to do. You know, I look at back a couple of my old videos, and there were several times where I was drinking like diet soda because I was having huge sugar cravings because I wasn't used to not having sugar. And I drink more diet soda than I've ever drank in my whole life. I am a person who maybe drinks pop once a year, if that. Like, I'm just not that person. But going keto, I had such huge sugar cravings because of not having sugar. I ended up drinking a couple diet sodas. And for me, it got me through that period of time. And for a while, I did a lot of keto coffee. And now I don't feel as good drinking keto coffee. So I choose to do like tea and do like a teaspoon of coconut oil. And that's fine too. I don't feel like caffeine does that well for me. Or if I'm out and about, I will get a white coffee, which is less acidic. Coffee just still kind of spikes me. I don't feel very good when I'm doing coffee. So I do vitamin B, different things like that. So I've adjusted and gotten better. And now I'm getting to the point where dairy's bugging me again. So I'm like limiting my dairy amounts. And, you know, I have to go back and forth with nuts. If nuts get out of control, then I stop eating nuts. If I'm fine with nuts, then I'll do that. Because overeating is still not okay. And your body kind of starts to tell you, and you learn those signals better as you go. But I'm in it for me. This is my lifestyle. This is what I want. This is who I am. And I want to continue to adapt and to learn and get better at what I'm doing and understanding my body. And that takes time. And adjustments are okay. So it's okay if you're a little higher carb for a while and you start to bring that down year after year, or limiting your fruit, or understanding eating berries. And I do a little bit of kiwi, but I'm not doing like a cup of fruit. It's like maybe like a third cup or a little bit. That's kind of my treat or reward. That's what I'm using anymore, is instead of artificial sweeteners or things like that. I like to have a little bit of berries and a little bit of yogurt, or a little bit of heavy whipping cream with that, or a little bit of whipped cream that's pre-made. I usually make my own, but occasionally I'll do that. Sometimes a little bit of cottage cheese. I just go with whatever I feel. Sometimes I make a keto mug cake and I put a little fruit in it, or I muddle some up. It's just whatever. It goes in a salad. But that's how your life should be, is you want it to be the way that you're happy to live the rest of your life, and you feel like you're at a point that you can live and you can continually get better at what you're doing. I hope that helps you. Stay tuned, guys. I have lots of great videos up for you.